This week, we're going to have a drawing. We're going to pull the names out of the hat. And this Saturday, you could win a free bottle of spice. So make sure to text us. Let me make sure that this is doing okay. Yes. It sounds like the sound is good. Text spice to 813-696-6676 to win. Thank you. Well, we have a really, really great announcement today. We were contacted by USA Today. And USA Today has a history of promoting small businesses and sharing news from USA businesses. So this is the article here that I have. I want to make sure everything is good real quick. Thanks, everybody. Thanks. Danny's here. Welcome. Welcome. Prim is in the house. Welcome. Thank you very much. There was an article that was written about me and the Grow Moringa Collective in USA Today. So today we're going to read the article from USA Today. I can also just share my screen real quick with you. Let's see here. Which one do we want? We want this one. Okay. And I'll also go down the article here as I read it. Growing Prosperity with the Grow Moringa Collective. Hendrik Henry's vision for the superfood. Thanks, team at Pathos Marketing and Advertising. They helped us to get this article out and published to USA Today. It reads, the Grow Moringa Collective, founded by Kendrick Henry, is carving out a unique place in the U.S. agricultural landscape by focusing on one of the world's most nutrient-dense plants, moringa. Unlike most suppliers that import the crop, Grow Moringa Collective is committed to producing and promoting moringa grown in the United States, while also serving as an incubator for entrepreneurs who want to build their own moringa businesses. That's right, we are a startup incubator for moringa businesses. It continues by saying, Henry's journey to this point began with a personal health crisis. During his time in the master's program of architecture, he struggled with digestive issues, food allergies, and chronic illness. I thought, how could I master architecture when I couldn't even master my body? He recalls. That question set him on a path towards herbs, fasting, and eventually moringa. After a fast of moringa tea and water, he found his health had transformed. Amazing, amazing article so far. Really love that it's going in and touching on the health aspects as to why I do what I do and how I actually came across moringa to begin with. I first heard about moringa from Dr. Sebi, and that's what set me on a path of fasting and cleansing with moringa. Dr. Sebi actually got a lot of his information from a guy named Dr. Arnold Ehret, and he wrote a book called The Mucusless Diet. And that's the diet that I went off of, the protocol that I went off of that helped me to fast for 30 days. And I just drank moringa tea and water for 30 days. And it continues to read in the article, I've been using moringa for 10 years, and I haven't had those issues since, referring to the digestive IBS issues, and I haven't. What started as a search for healing grew into a decade-long farming career. And 4 years ago, it led to the eventual rebranding of his nursery, paving the way for the Grow Moringa Collective. So 4 years ago, I was known as Numa Nursery, and the name was really obscure, and all I was selling in my plant nursery was moringa. I thought I was going to open a plant nursery and sell hundreds and thousands of different plants. But as I got into the business and I asked some of my mentors, what should I grow? They said, just get your top five, right? Those mentors said, just get your top five. And and that essentially led me when they asked, what would be the first one that you grow? I said, I would just start with Moringa. And they said, great, you can have these 80 Moringa trees that we have in the back of the property here for today's work. So for the day's worth of work, I got 80 Moringa trees and I started planting those around town. Eventually, that led to starting a co-op and a collective that has now grown to 1,000 members across the country. So we have 1,000 members around the world. Actually, we have many members even in Italy, Africa, Spain, Australia. We have members almost on every continent. I think we've had several members interested in coming in from the Philippines. We would love to have more members in the Philippines. Uh, Actually, you know what? Now that I think of it, one of our members moved from Florida to the Philippines. And so he is in the Philippines right now. He actually just got his citizenship. So he's going to be staying out there and continuing to grow the mission for Malunggay. We just had a family came in from the Philippines. They visited us, and the mother, it was the grandmother, it was her 92nd birthday. That was cool. So let's continue the article. I'm having a great time just sharing my story and talking about how I came across Moringa, helped me to heal my gut, and 4 years eventually branding the company, just grow Moringa. So that way people knew that we didn't have anything else. I still get the question, do you have anything else? Do you grow anything else? And I don't grow anything else for money. A lot of the things that I grow it is for a gift. I give away a lot of things. When people come in and they buy moringa, I say, well, would you like a banana tree? Or would you like a turmeric plant to go with your purchase of moringa? So a lot of times I just say, hey, would you like a cassava cutting? Or would you like a fig cutting with your moringa trees? Usually if somebody's spending like $100 when they come to the store, I will give them other things included, sweet potato cuttings, things that I have out here, shampoo ginger cuttings, um, Mexican sunflower, things like that to help sweeten the deal and to help them grow other things. But for money, I just grow moringa, and that goes back to my original journey of discovering this beautiful superfood. Because of my health, I got into moringa and now have stayed into this moringa business for about 10 years now, started the Grow Moringa Collective. So just getting back into the article, it says here, today, the company operates on a model that combines capital raising, membership-based education, and product sales through an app-based membership hosted on platform. Members pay a modest monthly fee to access resources, training, and coaching on everything from planting seeds to building profitable businesses around Moringa. I'm glad that they mentioned our membership platform as a way for teaching and coaching and educating and training. Everything that I've done these last 10 years happens inside the members area. Not only that, I wrote a book, Grow Moringa, the Ultimate Guide. This is 4 years worth of information. It took me 4 years to write this book. And I finished it about a year, almost 2 years ago. And you're more than welcome to grab this book. It's included with membership as well as wholesale. So you get wholesale on all the products. So all the products, if you wanted to purchase moringa in bulk by the pound, by 10-pound cases, large orders of 50,000 seeds or 5 gallons of oil. We do all of the large bulk orders in the members area. Sign up for membership so that way you can get access to wholesale prices on moringa. Let's get back to the article here. And this membership-based education is where people are asking questions. We have collective support agents that are inside of our members app, helping members. We have Zoom calls every night at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. We have a Zoom call. Back to the article. People ask, how do I plant moringa? How do I harvest moringa? How do I make money from it? All of those questions funnel into our private members area, Henry says. The goal is to scale this one-to-many approach, creating an ecosystem where education fuels both cultivation and entrepreneurship. I'm glad they mentioned that because one of the struggles that I've faced as an upcoming entrepreneur is being able to help more people. I started off on phone calls for 3, 4, 5 hours sometimes, getting to know people, getting to know their situation, and teaching them about Moringa. And after many years of being on the phone for several hours with one person, possibly selling some powder, or they buy in some capsules or something, maybe $20 order or $50 order, being on the phone for many hours, I started to realize, wow, I have a lot of value here that I've learned out in the field on my own. Maybe I could package this in a product. And so that's when the Grow Moringa Collective developed. And so now when people ask me these really, really important questions about growing moringa and how to make a business out of it, I can provide a service, and that service is the Grow Moringa Collective. For me, bringing people in there is a way for a very affordable price to give you the tools that you need to make over $100,000 a year from moringa. And that's my goal, is to get you across the making a sale, then making a couple $100 worth of sales, then consistently making $1,000, $10,000 a month in your business is my goal to get you to that level. Whether you're growing moringa for yourself, whether you're growing moringa on your own property, or you begin to utilize these members' resources. I use member resources, so I'm making thousands and thousands of dollars by harvesting other people's properties, right? So we have members down the street that I'm harvesting their trees. I'm paying them in powder. They have a little business going on. Their wife, the family goes out to the farmer's market and sells their powder. So I can give them back their powder. They're already going to the farmer's market selling collard greens and other things from their farm. They're just able to add that to the mix. And they didn't have to do anything for that powder, essentially, because I'm fertilizing it, I'm harvesting it, I'm washing it, drying it, packaging it, and getting it back to them in a very, very good product. Back to the article. The Grow Moringa Collective doesn't stop at teaching. Henry has positioned the company as an incubator for other moringa startups. We're essentially a moringa startup incubator, he explains. We train and coach people on business. That's right. Helping them to set up affiliate partnerships, even drop shipping for them, and giving them access to our CRM system, which we call Growth OS. This platform allows aspiring entrepreneurs to launch their very own moringa businesses with a ready-made infrastructure while collectively strengthening the domestic supply chain. That is a huge, huge statement, because that's exactly what we're doing. So I didn't realize until about 4 years ago, when I first got my first CRM, what I was missing. So for 6 years, I operated a business without a CRM. I just had websites. I was just using my cell phone. I was just sending out emails, just through the normal email. But I didn't have a series of systems and automations. I didn't have funnels or multiple website pages. I didn't have training on SEO and how to essentially set up, say, campaigns and workflows and things like that. I didn't know how to send mass text messages or send mass emails. So like yesterday, I just sent out 20,000 emails. In the past, we've sent out 10,000, 15,000 text messages a week. I remember there was this one time I had this really, really, really great message going out, and I was trickling it out, like say maybe 10 an hour, 10 text messages an hour, and I would get a text back or a call back. And it was a constant flow of just like, hey, yeah, I'm interested. Hey, give me a call back. Hey, haven't heard from you in a while. It was just a way for me every single hour to have somebody say, hey, hit me up. Every time somebody does that and says, hit me up or give me a call back or text me, there's usually something on the other line that they want, like Moringa. I have it. And that's my thing, is always having it. But I run out a lot. I run out of Moringa a lot. Even with as much as we're doing now, still the demand is ever increasing. There's billions and billions of dollars to be made from this. You can never go wrong with putting a seed worth a penny in the ground and selling that seed that was worth 1 penny for $10, $20, $30. This is an investment, 1000x investment. No bank is going to give you a return on your investment like a seed in a pot after 1 year. That right there is 1000x. You're going literally from 1 penny to 10 bucks. And within 1 to 2 years from that, that $10 could be 20, 30, 40, $50 a tree, $100 a tree. Sometimes I sell trees in trash cans, big 30-gallon trash cans for $100. Continuing back to the article real quick. Let me make sure everybody's good here. Everybody cool? Hey, thanks. Thanks a lot for watching. Coming in, Kath is in the house. Night Star's here. Mako's here. Muser's here. Thanks a lot for keeping up with us in our journey with Moringa. The appeal of Moringa itself is a cornerstone of the Grow Moringa Collective's success. Moringa is considered a nutritional powerhouse. Moringa is a complete plant protein with all the essential amino acids. Research claims that it may help in regulating blood sugar and blood pressure, reducing inflammation, cleansing the blood, and addressing iron deficiencies. Addressing blood health positively impacts other systems in the body, says Henry, noting its ability to potentially detoxify and support the kidneys, liver, and colon. A lot of times I don't really talk about the health benefits so much. I mean, there is a section of the book that does. The reason why is because I'm just kind of avoiding really kind of like any kind of claims, any kind of mostly claims. And that's really the honest truth is I already know that there's so much information about the benefits of Moringa online. I just want to make sure that I'm the person that has it. When somebody says, hey, what are the benefits of Moringa? I say, look it up. They say, what? You're not going to just tell me the benefits of Moringa? I say, sure. It's got a complete source of protein. It's very good for the heart, the liver, the colon, vitamins and minerals. It's anti-inflammatory. It's considered anti like aging, all the things that we listed, right? There's a list of things completely. I don't know the person's understanding of what is anti-inflammatory or what are amino acids and what does it mean to be a complete protein. So I just say, hey, go ahead, look it up. Whenever you found that Moringa is the SHIT, then you can come on back to me because I have it. And I have a USA supply that is the best you're going to be able to get anywhere in the world. If you want it, come to me because I have the best Moringa. But if you want to know this and that about it, you can look it up online. But if you want to make a business about it, come on into the members area because this is where we're doing business. This is where we have meetings every single day. We're covering topics across the whole board. We're talking about revenue, expenses, the business plan, and how you could scale your company if you don't have any Moringa, if you're in the north. How to create an affiliate bridge website that's generating cash for you while you sleep. All right, let's get back to the article. Lovely. So that was just kind of like a short of me talking about the health. Of course, they want to have a little bit of the health and the benefits of it in here. We work with doctors and there's so much great information about Moringa. I do have a lot of it in here. When somebody says, what do I put on my label? What I put on my label, I have all of the nutritional facts. There's a section here that's just literally nutritional facts of Moringa. And you can put as much or as little on your label as you want, and I'll help you make a label. So after talking about the health benefits, we said, yet at the heart of the Grow Moringa Collective is more than just a superfood. This is a philosophy of collective growth. Henry has learned that one farmer cannot do it all. He states, I realized that I couldn't grow all the crops that I needed to survive alone. But when we work together as neighbors, as a team, we're stronger as a unit. That cooperative mindset has become the DNA of his business, guiding how he leads, collaborates, and envisions the future of the moringa industry in the USA. My motto is collaboration over competition. There's so much of business, so much business. There's billions of dollars to be made in this industry growing moringa. There's no shortage of buyers and people interested in grabbing 10, 5, 100, 1,000 pounds. I turn down tons of powder orders a week, tons worth of powder orders a week, just because my method of delicate care and attention for moringa doesn't garner a low cost. It's a high premium product that we're making here. And at scale, we're working with our hands. So we do everything by hand. We're not working with large machines. Of course, we just kind of stepped up and we got some electric hacksaw, jigsaw, sawzall. We got a little electric sawzall, and that's really helped a lot saving my shoulder because for 10 years I've just been cutting every single branch. You don't think about it, but I have this constant feeling in my shoulder. I also used to be a pitcher, for baseball. So for many years, I threw up my shoulder probably. I don't have any serious injuries, but it's just, after 10 years of just doing this action, kind of like golfing, it's like you do the same action over and over and over, you're gonna get rotator cuff issues. And so I've noticed actually these last few weeks, I'd say the last 4 weeks, I've been harvesting using a Salsa electric, and I actually feel really good. It's been really nice not having to take my saw out there. I can just get the electric saw. So we have stepped up on that. But as far as the action of separating the greens and washing them and getting them on the racks and then getting them sifted and chopped and then getting them in the package, those types of things are happening at a very um, handmade, loving, caring, attentive scale that keeps the cost a little bit higher than say like the average market. If we get to the point where we have the ability to process tons and tons of powder and loose leaf from say a single facility, we can then begin to duplicate that as we begin to grow. We have clusters of people supplying moringa in California. So when somebody calls me in California, a member in California could fulfill that order. Same thing in Texas. When people call me to buy moringa in Texas, I could place their order, but then the member can get paid in Texas and ship it or deliver it right to the buyer that's in Texas. We're serving as a hub, as a location for marketing and advertising for growers around the country. So that way, when someone buys through our collective, the growers are the suppliers around the country. We are a member-owned organization where our members actually own a piece of the company. And so we operate much like a co-op, but we are a collective of co-ops. We are a managing body that helps you start a co-op. So you can start a very small local co-op. Inside the members area, we have sections for you to start your own co-op. So get your co-op started today. And you can get one membership for your co-op. So your 5 to 10 people in your neighborhood or your friends, you don't have to get multiple memberships. You guys can get one membership as an organization. Let's get back to the article. Collaboration over competition. That's where all this came from. Uh, I know that if I grow moringa really well and my neighbor is growing potatoes really well, we can make a trade. That's the whole point. Is that if I do something really, really well and specialized at it and at a scale that allows me to drop the price and do it to where we have thousands and thousands of pounds, then I know that I could purchase the things that I need from my other neighbors that have also specialized in their respective crop. And that's where I said, I can't do this alone. Also in business, as I've been growing this business, going out of solopreneurship, I ran the business pretty much by myself for 6 years. I had some help. Don't get me wrong. I had a lot of help, physical help, volunteers, workers. But as far as running the business, just it wasn't until about 4 years ago that I got some help with my founder and co-partner here, Jason. Um, Jason, Jason Rashidnia has helped me tremendously to build this company up on the digital side because I'm a doer, a physical, boots on the ground, and he could see that I had that motivation to do things in the physical, while he also specialized in the digital systems and websites and communications. And so we teamed up in that way 4 years ago to create this Moringa Collective brand. And that's why I realized 4 years ago taking on a partner. Now recently, more so having more people on the team than ever before, having more staff to help me get all these orders out, processing, packaging, harvesting, and also teaming up with over 1,000 people in the members area that are not directly on payroll, but are contributing to the pool of moringa that are available on the market. So that way we are producers, not just consumers, right? And so then coming to the end of the article here, it just says that Henry has transformed a personal health breakthrough into a thriving business model that's redefining the U.S. moringa industry, which doesn't really exist. Today, Grow Moringa Collective operates as a farm, an incubator, a platform for aspiring entrepreneurs, creating an ecosystem where education, collaboration, and commerce intersect. As it continues to build a domestic supply chain and empowers others to launch their own ventures, Henry demonstrates how strategic vision and collective growth can turn a single crop into a productive movement. Thank you. Thank you, USA Today. Thank you, Pathos Marketing and Advertising, for also helping to get this article out. What a dream come true to be featured on a news outlet that reaches millions and millions of people. So let me just close up by sharing you a photo of ultimately the vision that I see getting us to this next scale. Getting us to this next scale is going to be very, very important for seeing out the vision. So let me just go to, let's see here. Is it files and documents? I think so. 100K one file. We're raising capital right now. Let's see here. I'm just going to go to this right here. Pull this up. This is just an image back here. And I just want to share my screen real quick so you guys can see this image in here. We found the deal. This is me here standing in front of a building where we would put up a sign, the Grow Moringa Collective sign. This is an actual building, but I just put the sign in there with Photoshop. The listed price is $750. We could get this location and have a processing center in the back to help bring in greens at massive scale. We could wash in the back. There's a green area in the back. There's a property in the back, actually. One of the things that I could do actually is if I stop share real quick, I'm gonna open up the full version of it so you guys can see this full version that has the other details. Just bring that up here. So you can see I created what's called a one pager here. So this is the full one pager. And you can see where we were at there with the image. We are interested in purchasing this building down the street from me. It's a 750K property. It's 13 minutes away from the store. You can see down here in the bottom right, we have a map of the store. Location from the farm where we are now. 15 minutes drive down right by I-4 in the heart of Plant City. And what we plan on doing it with it is turning it into a retail store, but also it's a gathering space. It's a classroom. This could be where we also offer night school. Night school is something that we're going to be doing here. And so these are the details here. These are our goals. It's in Plant City. We want to fulfill large orders from this location, so we need to have more dry space. We need to have a place to take it. We also need a space where people can meet us and pick up their product. And this is a structure of how we would pay for the property if you're interested in becoming a lender or providing a down payment for the property. We can move in right away. And we have a payback strategy so that way we can partner on this property together. That way we can process Moringa out of this building. Currently, there's a smoke shop and there's an arcade in the building, but we want to go ahead and remove those tenants and open up the building completely, and then having processing area in the back as well as gathering space in here, which is really nice here. You can see here in the back, we have the ability to bring in processing in the back, but we also have 13 parking spaces in the front. Hit me up if you'd like to be a part of this opportunity. We can partner on this deal. We can create a new business structure, business together. That's my ultimate vision and goal, as that location will be the hub and the home for 20, 30, 40 growers in this area to be able to sell all of their product out of that one store. So it'll serve as that hub and central core space that we can gather. We'll also put a food truck in the parking lot, and that'll allow us to serve soup, salad, sandwich, smoothies. Soup, salad, sandwich, and smoothies. All Moringa. Moringa smoothies, Moringa soups, Moringa salads, and Moringa sandwiches. Well, thanks a lot for listening a little bit more about my vision. My vision for the future, my vision for Grow Moringa, my vision for taking this to the moon all the way. If you would like to learn anything else, don't hesitate to just give me a text. You can text Grow Collective, text Collective to 813-696-6676. Also, this Saturday, if you'd like to win a bottle of spice, just text spice, and we'll go ahead and put that in the hat, and we'll see you once again this Saturday. At least we'll be back this Saturday for our Grow Moringa podcast. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. Peace and love. Yeah.